Hi friends, very good morning. Myself is Venkat Krishna from onlinetestinghelp.com. In this video, we are going to see about why Selenium, what all the advantages are there, and how Selenium works, how the locators works in Selenium. These things we will discuss. Um, why we need to go for Selenium automation tool? Because it is free and open source. We no need to take the license and all anything for the Selenium. It is free. Anybody can download and use it for their projects. But Selenium supports only web applications and it does not support the Windows related applications or native applications and all. And also Selenium is having large user base community so that if any doubts you are getting or you are stuck in somewhere, easily you will get the answers for them in the communities. So because Selenium is a very old tool, so whatever the questions you are having or whatever the doubts you are getting, easily you will get it in the Google. So that is also one more advantage with the Selenium. And cross-browser compatibility will be there, which is like it is going to support most of the browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Edge browser, Safari browser, most of the browsers, Firefox, most of the browsers it is going to support. So that is the one more advantage with Selenium. And platform compatibility. Now, Selenium won't not only works in Windows operating system. You can work with Selenium in Linux also, Ubuntu also, Mac OS also. So different platforms, different operating systems it is supporting. That is also one more advantage. And Selenium supports multiple languages actually. So Java, Python, C Sharp, JavaScript, and Ruby. So if somebody knows Ruby, he can develop the scripts in Ruby language. Somebody knows JavaScript, he can write it in JavaScript. So that is also one more advantage with the Selenium tool. Because of all these, it is free and open source. Large user base communities are there, and cross-browser compatibility, platform compatibility, multiple OSs it is supporting, multiple languages it is supporting. That is the reason why people are nowadays using Selenium, and that much demand is there in the open market for the Selenium. Okay. So next we will go to the what are all the Selenium components are there. Usually Selenium having three components. One is Selenium IDE, WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. Selenium IDE is a record and playback tool. Okay, you can record your script and you can play back that script. It is going to replay for us whatever we recorded. But in real time and all, we will not use Selenium IDE because there should be a structural approach is needed to do the automation. That we can call it as a framework. Framework is something like the process, what you are following to automate your test cases. That is nothing but framework. So there should be a proper approach to get easily maintainable, to get reusability. So that is the reason we need to follow the framework that I will cover in the upcoming videos. So to build that framework and everything is not possible with Selenium IDE. If you want, you can just record and play back and you can check it out how the scripts are running and all. And next component is WebDriver, very, very important one. This is what we are going to use in Selenium to develop our automation scripts and all. Okay. So, and it is a purely object oriented API. So if you know object oriented programming, if you are not sure, please follow my Java videos. Already I uploaded Java videos into our channel. Please go through the Java videos so that easily you will understand what is object oriented programming. What are all the OOPS concepts are there, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Okay. So it is purely object oriented API and WebDriver is too faster. It interacts directly with the browsers. Okay. And see, by using this tool, what exactly we are going to do? We are going to mimic the manual actions with the script. Okay, so whatever the manual actions you are doing, those manual actions we are going to perform with the help of a tool in the form of script. We are storing everything into in the form of a script. Whenever you execute that script and it will perform all the actions on your browser. So that is how we are going to get the results as pass or fail, and we can check it out. What test cases are working, what test cases are not working, and all. Okay. So WebDriver is an API, and that API really works for us to perform all the actions on the application and to check it out what functionalities are working and what functionalities are not working. And next one is a Selenium grid component. See, in the real time and all, we may have requirement to perform our execution on different browsers, different operating systems also, like Linux, Mac, Ubuntu, Windows, or browsers like Chrome, Firefox, IE, Edge browser, Safari browser, different browsers. So, in order to perform your executions on different browsers, different operating systems, that is supported by Selenium Grid. And Selenium Grid supports running your executions parallelly on different OS, different operating systems, and different browsers. That is the feature given by we are getting that feature by using Selenium Grid. Yeah. So these are all the three components, major components in Selenium. So majorly we are going to focus on the Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid, since IDE is it is a just record and playback tool. We are not going to focus much. And WebDriver and Selenium Grid are essential for us to learn the Selenium, to work with the Selenium. Okay. So WebDriver is a API where we are going to use that API to perform or to mimic our manual actions by storing in the form of scripts. Selenium Grid is used for running your test cases parallelly on multiple browsers and multiple operating systems. That is the advantage of the WebDriver and Selenium Grid. Next, how Selenium is going to work? How Selenium will work? So generally, we have dev tools will be there. Okay, these are all the different controls. You can see buttons, checkboxes, tables usually will be there on our applications. These are all the different controls will be there. These controls I'm talking about. And yeah, coming to the Selenium, 9 locators are there. Ninth one is a DOM, and 9 locators will be there. What is locator? What is the use of a locator? See, first, whenever you want to perform any action, usually any web application you can take. Let me take a one web application which is Make My Trip. Any web application you can take. Usually this application is internally having HTML. Okay, this application is internally having what? HTML. It is developed with. You can go here, right click on it and inspect. You can able to find inspect, right? So then you can able to see that entire page related elements. These are all the HTML elements. You can see all are HTML elements. If you go somewhere here, somewhere it is highlighting, and you want to see this particular element, yeah, you can see here. Just right click and inspect. What we can call this window as a dev tools window. Okay, this window is a dev tools window where you can see the HTML tags, how the developer is developed with. So we need to, whenever we want to perform manually, you are performing this operation. You are selecting Mumbai, India. Here also you are selecting something. So manually you are selecting all these. But coming to the automation side, you need to identify this element and select. So two things will be there in the automation. First, you need to identify and then perform the operation. Any element. So identify the element and perform the corresponding operation on that particular element. So we need to know, first we are going to learn how to identify the elements, and then we will go to the how to perform the actions on those elements. Okay, this is very crucial part in the part of Selenium automation or any other automation also. Mostly, most of the tools are identifying the elements is similar. You go with Playwright, it is supporting mostly with CSS. That is one kind of a locator. Okay, and XPath one locator will be there. Like this way, so first we need to identify, we will learn how to identify the elements, and then we will go to how to perform the actions on those elements. Okay, perfect. So each and every element you can see here, inspect it and check the HTML. Different tags will be there, you can see here. Different tags will be there. See, this is a means the anchor tag, which is for link. This is for list. This is span tag for text. Different tags. You can able to see here different tags. This is from class is there for this element. Okay, this is class is there here also. You can just right click and inspect it, so that easily this is a input tag. This input I can call it as a tag. This div is a tag. Okay, these are all the attributes. Type is a attribute, autocomplete is a attribute, area autocomplete is a attribute, and attribute value. This is attribute, class is attribute and its value. Like this way, you need to understand the HTML. Nothing much we need, just right click and inspect it, and what is the tag name, what are all the attributes, what are all the attribute values. We need to check them. That's it. Nothing more you need to understand over here. Okay, fine. So let me come back. So these are all the controls we are having in any application. So these are all the 9 locators we are having to identify the elements. Okay, by using ID you can identify, by using name, class name, link test, partial link test, CSS you can identify, tag name you can identify, and XPath you can identify, and DOM, document object model. Okay, so by using all these you are going to identify the elements. As I told you, first you need to identify and then you are going to perform the operation. First part is you need to be expertised in how to identify the elements, and then you are going to perform the operation on that particular element, action on that particular element. So this is crucial part. I mean, very important thing in any automation tool. First we need to identify the things and then we are going to perform the operation. How you are identifying? By using these 9 locators we have. By using these 9 locators, we are going to identify either by using ID, name, class name, link test, partial link test, CSS, tag name, XPath and all. Okay, practically let me see all these things. And next is the Selenium framework. What is Selenium framework? What is framework generally? Framework is nothing but the process what you are following to automate. The steps what you are taking to automate the application is the framework. Okay, so that is nothing but framework. So what is the advantage of the framework? Framework is the set of rules, a set of standards we need to follow to automate any application. Okay, so what is the advantage of framework? Because frameworks helps us easily maintainable. You automated 1,000 test cases and tomorrow you want to run it. If you are taking 3-4 days to make your scripts are ready, that is not a good automation framework. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you need to make your framework ready to run in QA environment or UAT or production or pre-production. That is the best framework. You should be organized the things in your framework. Okay, framework, I have developed one project end to end that I will show you in the further videos. But just to try to understand here, framework means the process what you need to follow or steps you need to follow to develop the automation scripts. That is nothing but framework. Okay, in any project in real time, very beginning, we are going to ready with our framework and then we are going to automate the test cases. Okay, right. So generally what I am doing, and you are going to develop the framework and you need to learn how to identify and you need to learn how to perform the operations, and all these you are going to store in the form of what? Your test scripts. And test scripts will work on multiple browsers, multiple OS by using Selenium Grid, and it is going to give us the results. This is how automation framework and how the things are going to work. What we need to learn here, how to identify, how to perform the operation, how to develop this framework, how to run on multiple browsers, multiple OS. These are all things I am going to explain you in the upcoming videos and all these things. Okay, so this is how any project in real time it will be there. Okay, perfect. And let me show you what are all the HTML tags generally we will be having. Okay, these are all the HTML tags generally we will be having. We no need to worry about HTML tags, whatever the tag it is. Our intention is what attributes it is having and what attribute values are there, how to locate these elements, how to identify these elements. I will show you how to identify these elements and how it is working and all. Let me take um, one element, any element, and we will be verify that how it is working and all. Or simple, you can take google.com. I want to identify this text field. How we can do that? Without identifying, we cannot perform the operation, right? So this is the this is the text area, and these are all the different attributes it is having, different attribute values it is having. Okay, so that's fine, and you can check it out. What are all the style tag is there, div tag is there here, text area tag is there, and how we can identify this. Let me check search area label, search is there, that's okay. And yeah, role is combo box, auto box. These are all the attributes and its values are there. Let me take a simple one. Google search is there. Yeah, here value equal to Google search is there. I'm going to write for your information. I am writing only one now, and in the upcoming videos we will discuss thoroughly about all the locators, how we need to identify and all. You can take this one, value equal to Google search is there. What is the tag name? Tag name input is there. Input and value I am going to use. Input. This is the syntax, friends. Don't worry. I will tell you all these syntaxes and all. See, one of two elements it is identifying. When you click on it, it is identifying. Two elements are there, but like this way, you need to write different locators to identify the elements. So first we will try to learn how to identify the elements, and then we will go to the how to perform the actions on those elements, and then we will talk about what is framework, how it need to be. Already I developed framework for one of the application that I will we will discuss on that framework as well. Okay, so pretty much that's all for this video. And what are all the different things we have learned in this video today? So as I told you, what are all the advantages of the Selenium, and what are all the Selenium components will be there. Selenium architecture we learned. Selenium architecture we learned, and how to identify, I mean, what is the importance of identify the elements, and what is the importance of how to perform the actions, operations part, what are all the different locators we are having to identify. These are all the 9 locators we are having to identify the elements. We learned that. And we yet to discuss about the syntaxes for all these that we will discuss, and what is framework, and how in real time it will work, like running on multiple browsers, multiple OS. So all these in the form of scripts we need to store. So, and these are all the HTML tags. Okay, so these are all the things we have seen in this video. That's all. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if not, for the upcoming videos, more and more interesting videos. Thank you.